Hey, how you doing? My name is Steve Sims, and for any of you that don't know me, I'm the guy that millionaires and billionaires contact to give them more interesting cocktail stories. I've arranged things like people being married in the Vatican by the Pope, sending them down to the Titanic, walking the white carpet with Sir Elton John at his Oscar party, going on stage live with the rock band Journey. Basically, any of the massive over-the-top wishes, they come my way. Someone once said that I'm a Make-A-Wish Foundation for people with really large checkbooks. Anyway, Don contacted me and he said to me, look, we want you to do a video. We want you to do an inspirational video to put out to our viewers and our subscribers that can get them motivated and get them to do things. And I have to admit, it stumped me. I'm used to giving public speeches. I'm used to giving webinars and my courses and my consulting. But it's pretty tough when someone says, hey, I want you to get on there and inspire someone. Because you know you've only got a few seconds there to actually either grab the person's attention or give them something that's actually worthwhile. And this actually caused me a lot of stress and strain. Hence why, to be honest with you, it's been a few weeks I've actually got around to doing it. And I wanted to see what I could give you that if you just followed this rule would be the most impact to you. And I wanted to do it in the form of a story. So get comfortable. You see, I had a client of mine ask me a while back that he wanted to go and have a meal in Florence, and he was taking his fiance at the time and her mum and dad, and there was a hanger on, one of her mates, and he wanted to impress them that he was the big man and could set up this really amazing, elaborate dinner. So he contacted me to do it. And this story is quite old. You guys may have seen it. The story goes, and the accuracy goes, that I actually took over the Accademia Museum in Florence, set up a table of 6 at the feet of Michelangelo's David. Set up a table, a restaurant table, in the middle of a museum. And then while they were being served our pasta and they had a string quartet in the corner, I had Andrea Bocelli come in and serenade them during that dinner. Now, I would challenge anyone to think that they could design a more over-the-top, flamboyant, extravagant, picturesque, unique, rare Italian meal than that one. And it was pretty substantial. It was pretty fantastic. As I say, there's stories about it all over the place. But I wanted to bring you something that hadn't been spoken about so much. Maybe a couple of times, but really not that much. You probably haven't come across it. You see, I'm a great believer in using the relationships I have to introduce me to the people that I need to speak to. You see, if I come up to you and I go, hey, my name's Steve Sims, I know Elton John, Elon Musk, Richard Branson, I've got people married by the Pope, and I've sent them down to the Titanic, I'm a big deal. You'd think I was an arrogant, and you'd be right to think so. But if your best mate said the exact same things to you, now it's credible. Why? Because it's come from a source that you trust. So whenever I try to get anything in life, I always try to get somebody else to make that connection for me. So it's a case of, yeah, Johnny told me to speak to you. You did this, that's fantastic. It's the best way to enter into a room, a heart, a mind, a conversation. But here's the hook that I wanted you to go on about, or wanted you to kind of like take away with you. As this was being done, as I was getting people to get me the Accademia, as I was getting people to get me permission to have a meal inside the museum, as I was getting people to introduce me to Andrea Bocelli, the string quartet, the piano, the security, all of these things, there were a few people around the outsides that weren't exactly hospitable, weren't exactly welcoming, and just looked at me like this guy with a lot of money that was organizing things for, pampered rich kids. Not too far off the point, let's be blunt. And there was one guy that had actually not spoken to me, and he was one of the seniors of the Accademia, but not the big boy. One of the directors, one of the, the chiefs, but not the real controllers. And so during the night, we were getting it all ready. The table was being set up. There was the string quartet rehearsing, piano being laid out. Andrea Bocelli's in the corner, warbling up. And I saw this guy kind of like stood, hands folded, just staring at all of this, pretty nonchalant. And I called him. I was stood in the middle, and I called him. I said, hey, come on over here. And he came over to me. And I said to him, to be honest with you, I was being a bit of a here, because I know this guy had given me friction during this put up because he hadn't got involved in any form of assistance. So I thought to myself, being nasty, I'm going to let him know who's boss. It was a real ego push for me, but that's what it was. So I said to him, hey, come over here. And I said to him, what do you think of the table? He's like, yes, that is beautiful. That is beautiful. I said, oh, and Andrea Bocelli's there warbling away, getting ready for tonight. That's pretty impressive, isn't it? And he's like, yes, it is very impressive. Excuse my Italian accent. And I said, and look at this, we've got the string quartet and we've got a table of 6 at the feet of David. I bet you never thought that had happened. He was like, no, that is amazing. I said, and so let me ask you this. How come I managed to pull it off? Now, as I say, I was being a bit of a bully. And I expected him to turn around and go, because no one knows how to negotiate like you. No one's as connected as you. No one knows people and psychology like you to be able to do this. No one's as powerful as you, Mr. Sims. And he looked at me dead square in the eyes. He was dead square in the eyes and turned around and went, no one's ever asked. And it hit me. It hit me so much that my body just went, ugh. Now, I'm going to tell you now, that was about 3 years ago, and that guy is one of my best friends since. We went out, we got drunk. He's often called me his favorite, blah, blah, blah. But, and I've told that story a couple of times, but not too many times. The point of the story is I went home wondering how many times had I over-glorified what had pulled off, when in simplicity, all I had done was ask the question when so many people hadn't. You see, as a little child, you want a sweet, you go, I want a sweet, I want a sweet, I want a sweet. You keep asking until you get it, okay? You don't get embarrassed about asking, but as you get older, you do, okay? The fear of rejection, the fear of a no. Saying no to someone, where's my scars by getting a no? So this guy pointed it out to me very blatantly that no one had ever asked, so no one had ever got it. So I'm urging you, if the one thing you can take away from this video, other than my stunning good looks and storytelling ability, is you must always ask for what you want, okay? What you need, what you demand, what you desire, ask. If you don't ask, how can you be upset when you don't get? All right, so I hope this inspires, I hope it invigorates, I hope it motivates, but if you do nothing with it, then you've wasted your time and mine. Get out there and ask for what you want, and I look forward to seeing you being powerful and wonderful. Bye.